Hello, hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Thursday. I do that every Monday. Happy Monday. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back to I do this every week. Welcome back to Ship to Shore. I am Siobhan, and if you're new here, welcome. And if you're not, welcome. It is a Monday. So yeah, today I figured that we could just have a conversation and we're just going to be talking about the reality checks of cruising. Because at the end of the day, we all that are usually here most of the time love cruising as is, and we really don't need any help deciding if it's something that we want to do. But to be honest, cruising may not be for everybody. So let's go ahead and talk about it. We're going to weigh some of the pros of cruising. We're going to weigh some of the cons of cruising. And I'm going to show y'all something that I am like working on, and I hope you guys like it. And it's something that I'm planning on sending out to my clients. If you would like a copy of it, once I am 100% finished with it, I will be glad to give you guys a copy of it. But as of right now, let's jump in and have this conversation. First of all, let me welcome in DT Cruiser. Thank you for being here, fam. I certainly appreciate it. And thank you for being the first one in the chat today. And then we are live as always on Facebook and YouTube as well as TikTok. So if you're on TikTok and you have any questions you want to answer, just go. You want me to answer or you want to jump in, just let me know. And yeah, I will check in and answer any questions that you guys may have. Also, let's welcome in Kathy B. Kathy B is saying happy Monday. She said, I wish it was Thursday. Me too, Kathy. Me too. I appreciate it. So let's jump right into it. Hopefully you guys can if you got any comments, you'll go ahead and drop those in. But yeah, let's get right into it. So let's talk about it. Today we're talking about the reality of cruising. And we're talking about the real truth behind cruising because yes, as much as we as cruise content creators and some of us who cruise all the time, as much as we love cruising and we know the ins and out of it, there may be people out there who's either on the fence, never cruised before, or just plain out just don't know what they want to do. And you want to kind of prepare people for both, because I definitely don't want to sell people a like dream of cruising is this perfect all, like everything is amazing about it. So let's talk about it. Let's get into it. First things first, we're going to be talking about the hidden costs behind cruising, some of the health concerns, some of the changes, and even the personal space. We talk about personal space a lot when it comes to cruising, not only in elevators, but in pools. The cultural and ethical differences, and we're all learning those as we go. The good side of cruising, and then what kind of action plans that you can put into place as a cruiser. And then then we got some polls too. So first of all, if you want to interact with the polls, I am currently presenting, so you should be able to interact. There is a QR code up at the top. You can either scan that QR code or there is a link at pinned to the top of the chat, and you can participate with that link. So I hope you guys will participate because some pretty fun questions in there. Welcome in, Tony Diaz. Thank you for being here. Oh, Saint Martin from the Liberty of the Seas. All right, fam. All right. I hope you are having a good time. We had a great time when we were there, so I hope you're having a good time. And hey, Kristen, how are you, fam? Thanks for being here, sis. I appreciate you. So first things first, when you think about cruising, if you're active in the poll, if you think about cruising, what word comes to mind when you think about cruising? Because for me, it is automatically relaxation. It's about peace of mind. It's about me feeling at home at sea. So for me, those are the things and those are the words that come to mind. For me, what word comes to mind for you when you think about cruising? Because I can tell you some of my family members, the first word that comes to mind for them, and ain't even one word, it's a sentence. And we all have heard this sentence before. I can't drink all that water. It's not even, I can't drink all that water. You don't have to drink the water. You just have to cruise on it. So for me, cruising equals relaxation. Cruising equals just a getaway. peace of mind, and I automatically stop worrying about the things that bother me when I'm on a ship. I don't, for some reason, it's just like that separation of time and space, and it may not be like that for some people. A lot of people may have stress and anxiety because there are different things that causes people stress when it comes to cruising. I had to learn cruising with some of my introvert friends. You know who you are if you are in the chat. I had to learn. I had to learn that everybody doesn't cruise the same way. And just because I am an introvert and I love to talk and I love to meet new people and I love to have a good time, everybody's turn up is not the same. Everybody's cruising style is not the same. So some people might not be able to handle a lot of people. Some people can't handle loud noises. It's a lot of things that come into mind. So we have to take those things into consideration when we're talking about cruising. Hey, C, how are you? Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. And Yogi is in the house. Hey, Yogi, how are you? Thank you for being here. Happy Monday. She said, who drinking salt water? No. You know I'm country. I can't drink all that water. That's the that's the term that our family members say when we're talking about going on a cruise. I can't drink all that water. Hey, Ronnie, what is going on? Thank you for being here. Happy Monday. And Sid, the solo cruiser, introvert in the house. Yes. Because Sid will pull real quick. I'll be right back. I got to go to the bathroom, and you won't see her till next day. So if y'all cruise with Sig, that's her cue to exit. She's going to have to come up with another one because we have outed her over the years. But she's going to have to come up with another one. So, yeah, everybody does not cruise the same. Everybody is not like a chatty Cathy like me. So it took a lot for me to realize that. Okay. So when you think about your dream vacation, even as a new cruiser or a current cruiser, how do you feel about it? Do you feel like it is the ultimate dream vacation or it is a floating nightmare? Because for some people, it is. Some people may feel like, you know what? It's not what it is. Because even in the picture, if you can see it in the background, you have the reality that it is for some of us. And for other people, they're counting how many people are in a hot tub, how many people are in the pool, how many people on the Lido deck, how many people are going to be in my personal space. So it's different for everybody. C said, oh no, I get it. I'm just saying, oh, okay, fam. What's going on, Nettie and JT? Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Nettie said, trying to work on some stuff, but this is more interesting. Well, I appreciate you being here, fam, and I'm glad I got your interest for just a little bit. And Sig is laughing at me. Yes, Sig, we'll have to come up with another one for you. So somebody did answer the poll, and they said that they actually love it. Yes, I love cruising. So, like I said, it's not for everybody. But for most people, this is just how we feel about it. Someone said, oh, no, but planning one. Okay, nice. Love that. So we'll keep, the poll is going to be active the whole time. So if you guys want to interact throughout, we'll go back through it as we go through. That will be amazing. Making moves with Andre and Nicole. Hey, how are you, Andre and Nicole? Thank you for being here. We appreciate you guys popping in. We're talking all about the realities of cruising today and why sometimes it's not all a perfect picture. So let's get to the next one. Okay, so what is the biggest concern when you talking about cruising? Because at the end of the day, I know if I had to ask my husband, it's going to be the wallet. How much is it going to cost? How much do we need? Is it really a $299 cruise, or are we paying closer to $800 by the time we get finished? What kind of things is included and what's not included? How much is a drink going to cost? Is a drink really going to be $15? It might be. If you're going to get the premium Wi-Fi, you might be paying $30 a day. If you're going for short excursions, depending on the excursions, it might be $100. Some of them, depending on the type of excursion, could be up to $300 a person. So, I mean, I know they have those like fishing excursions where you can go out into a sea, go out to sea, and the private yachts and the catamarans. All of that stuff does come into play. Hey, Cruising Christians, how are you? Thank you for being here. And then Elisa, hey, Elisa, thank you for popping in. And then, I misunderstood the question. I love cruising. I'm planning my dream cruise for 2028 on my milestone birthday, but 2028 isn't open yet. Well, I hope you get the cruise that you want, and I know it's going to be amazing. So, and no problem. Sometimes my wording sometimes my wording can get misconstrued. So once again, I am country. Somebody said the cost of the drinks and the Wi-Fi. Yes. If you know all this going in, you can plan accordingly. Exactly. And a lot of times people don't. I'm telling you, it's the amount of people that I talk to that really don't understand that it's not all about the price that they see up front, and it's definitely more. It's even when people ask the question of how much should I take? That's a personal preference. I can't answer that for you because you know your own spending habits. I can't tell you that, but I don't know how much you're going to drink. It doesn't make sense for you to buy a drink package because some people will tell you they don't want you to know their business. Oh, I don't drink like that. Okay, and then get on the ship and like, oh, I spent $1,000 on drinks. Well, that was your personal preference. I can't tell you what to take, but you know you, and you plan accordingly. So what's your cruise budget reality check? So when you're planning for a cruise, do you just say, hey, listen, I'm just looking for the cruise. I don't need any extras. I'm trying to find a little weekend getaway. Anything I do is going to be under $500. Good luck. But especially in this economy. So what are you looking for when you are planning your cruise? And for those of you who have just popped in, you can either scan the QR code or you can actually click the link at the top of the chat. It's pinned and it'll allow you into the poll if you're interested in taking the poll along, while we are talking the cruise. So going on the Meraviglia in 2 weeks. So it's nice. Okay, I know you guys want to have a good time. I am summer cruise fiending right now because we don't have anything planned. So if, like we do every year, if we find something in the summer that is just like we can't help but take it, we'll do it. But as of right now, we don't have anything. So we're pretty excited for anybody who says they have a cruise plan. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next slide. So number 2, a cruise line is a floating petri dish, and sometimes they can be. We are starting to hear now because we had this big thing that happened a couple years back. We're not even going to talk about it, but we had this big thing that happened and cruising shut down. Then it slowly came back, and we went through this phase of what I miss is, okay, the crew actually serving you the food. I understand why they don't do it, but it was so nice. And people are not always as clean as you want them to be. Okay. They're just not. So, I mean, it's been times where we've been on cruises and, you'll go in the bathroom, you'll wash your hands on the way out, and like the person walk out right behind you, like, I know you didn't just come out that stall and then go straight to the buffet. Like, people are just not. So things happen. Unfortunately, there has been a string of norovirus that has started going around, and I think it's Princess that's gotten hit with that here recently. And so it's things that we always have to think about. We have to think about norovirus. We have to think about the buffet. We still got the C word in the back of our mind. Anytime somebody has allergies, we kind of looking sideways. Like, these are the things that we're concerned about. But then if somebody's never been on a cruise, that's the first thing they're thinking about. And it's like trying to convince them that this is not what you think it is. So that is always the first thing to think about. I'm saying I'm looking for a free cruise, but reality check says 3 cruises a year is now like 1, maybe. Right. Exactly. Because it's not what it used to be. Those post-pandemic cruise prices are not the same. Someone said, I wash my hands frequently, and you should. That's right. Protect yourself because people are not going to do it for you. What's going on, Kennedy Elliott? How are you? Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. So let's talk about some surprises that can actually change your trip. So the first thing is the weather may impact your itinerary. And a lot of people don't think about that when going into cruises. So how do you plan ahead? How do you plan for that? How do you plan for the weather impacting your itinerary? Do you let that put a damper on your entire day, or do you just move accordingly? Because to me, if we're not able to go into a port stop, that's a port day, baby. I can relax, I can sleep, I can take a cruise nap, I can go to the bar, I can catch up on whatever, I can do whatever I want. But for some people, when they're planning on certain destinations, because maybe A, they've never been there before, or B, it's the one destination they were looking for on their port, it can just on their cruise, it can destroy their whole cruise. So we have to plan accordingly for things. These surprises do happen. Engine problems with the ship. Y'all know, our good girl a couple years ago, the Sea Line, they had a couple of ships that kept having engine problems over and over again. And then it just was a whole thing where people were just sitting on the ship for hours and never left the dock. If you haven't seen our choppy waters with our friends, I'm sorry, weather has been a factor. Yeah, weather, yes, for sure. So if you haven't seen our episode of Choppy Waters with our friends Chris and Bianca, they talked about how they were on a ship and they sat in port for hours. Even on boarding day, the ship had no power. And they boarded them on that ship knowing it had engine issues. Everything was shut down. The only thing that was open was the bar. That was it. So, sometimes the cruise lines try to make up for things. Sometimes, honestly, they just don't. And then you do get some small refunds if you miss the port. Those port fee refunds don't be a lot. And you can get them, and yay that you can get them, but does that make up for you missing your port? Does that make you feel better that your port has now been missed because you got your $17 a person back? No, like sometimes, like I said, if you took that trip just for that particular port, then probably not. It's not going to be one of those things that makes you happy. So how do you, at the end of the day, you got to figure out how to handle it. Nettie and JT said, you can't control other people, so you have to take care of yourself. Exactly. You have to take care of yourself because other people are not going to do it for you. So how do you handle itinerary changes? You personally, when you're on a ship that has itinerary changes, how do you handle them? Do you just roll with it? Is it just something that you're like, you know what? I'm just going to roll with it. It's all right. This is a day that I can take back and relax and not worry about it. Do you go to the front desk and you're just one of those people who demand your money back? I got to have my money back. This was my one cruise. I want my money back. Do you just say, hey, I ain't gonna ever cruise again? I'm never cruising with you guys again, because y'all know there's people out there. I'm never cruising with you guys again. Or do you just expect it and plan for fun? And you gotta plan. You just have to always have a backup plan. Anytime you're cruising, it's just always got to be something there for you. So just always try to make a backup plan for yourself. And thank you for you guys answering the polls. I appreciate it. I'm enjoying integrating these polls in here because it does actually help kind of gauge what people think and how we also present our content to you guys too. So thank you guys for indulging me in answering these polls. We appreciate it. Andre and Nicole say, hey, I just roll with it. Like, what you gonna do? You ain't gonna change the ship's direction. Like they're gonna go or not. So yeah, just roll with it. All right, so your personal space. And this is one thing that we fight with too. It's not just, it's all about, the cap. We don't, at the end of the day, the cabin size is the cabin size. There's really not much you can do about it unless you pay for that suite or you pay for that bigger cabin. And that's all about the budget, right? That's all about when you watch your wallet. But let's talk about the pools. Brandon and I recently, and when I mean recently, I mean when we got on Icon of the Seas, that's the first time we got on a pool on a cruise ship. And we were doing the water slides. It's not something that we've ever thought about doing. For me, it was like the first thing I see when I see a picture like this or walk on a Lido, that is people suit. I'm not about to get in there. All them people just sitting around stewing in there, and somebody ain't getting out to go to the bathroom. Like, just all the things that you think about that your mind races. So it's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not getting in the pool. I'm okay. Some people do have a issue with smaller cabins, and maybe that's something they don't feel like they got what they should have gotten more for what the price that they paid. So some people do have an issue with smaller cabins. Long buffet lines. I try to be patient. I want to have an awesome experience, and that's all you can do. The buffet lines are crazy. Like, let's be real. They're they can get crazy, especially if it was a canceled port day And or it's something that people were looking forward to. Like when we get on Celebrity, if you know it's that seafood day on Celebrity, you better get in line. It's people waiting in line with their plates. It's going to be hard to navigate that buffet because those people want the seafood. So you gotta plan ahead. Oh, and the elevator, Lord have mercy, is going to test your patience. Because one thing that's going to happen is, can you fit one more? Can you fit one more? Can we squeeze on up in there? You got room for two. Every single time, it never fails. There's always going to be somebody just trying to get, yeah. And there's going to be that one person, yeah, come on in. We got room for you. I need to breathe back here in the corner. Nobody, it's hot in here already. It's all these things that come to mind. So you got to fight for that personal space. And some people just cannot handle crowded situations. What do you end up doing? Taking the stairs, not getting in the pool, paying for the expense of a larger cabin, maybe ordering room service or going to the dining room and not having such a quick meal. Those are the things that you can actually do. Hey, Desiree, how are you? Thank you for being here. Nettie and JT say, I do not hang out at the pool. But definitely pack your patience. Remember to unpack it and take it with you and use it. That's right. That's right, fam. Take it with you. Take it with you, because at the end of the day, you can control your own experience. No matter what anybody else is doing, don't let anybody else put a damper on your experience. You pay money for this cruise. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. All right, so it's the cultural experience reality check. And a lot of people have a hard time doing that. Okay. Then she said, I stand by the button and press the close door button. Or if I'm in the back, I shout, no more room for real. Yeah. And you know what? I've done that. I had, oh man, no, I'm sorry. Dang, just missed it and pushed. I have done that. Because we ain't got, sometimes you just ain't got room. Okay. I gotta have my own personal space. And y'all be coughing and sneezing and stuff. No, thank you. Hey, what is going on, Cruising Capers? How are you? I hope you are doing well this Monday. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta go back. So the cultural experience and reality check. Sometimes you have limited time at port. You're not going to have the time that you think you're going to have. Sometimes these cruise ships get in and out. One case scenario, Brandon, he really doesn't like Key West. Why? Because a lot of times when we get into port, it's like 7 a.m. Things don't open in Key West until like 10 or 11. So if you've already been in the port for like 3 hours, you're walking around the port really with nothing to do. And then your cruise ship leaves between 1 and 2. So you have a very limited time in port, and you really can't experience those cultural differences or having those cultural experiences that you want to have, because the ship is in port a limited time. When we were on Icon, a couple of our port days got cut short by a couple of hours. Because of that, we weren't able to go out and explore that port until 2 years later. Like a year later. So this year, it was a couple of ports that got cut short. And this year was the first time we were able to get back to that port to experience it. Some people don't get back to those ports at all. So those cultural experiences that you're not going to get to have. The tourist trap. A lot of times people are scared to leave the port. People are scared to leave the port. So if you don't leave the port, you're never going to know past what the tourist traps are. Oh, it's so expensive to be there. Yes, because you were at the bar that charged you $25 for one drink and $14 for some French fries right at the port, because they are expecting you not to go out and experience what they have to offer. So you're paying a lot of money to stay in port, but you're doing that because you're not actually going outside of the walls, or you may not even have the time. Are you doing like real shopping? Are you shopping with real vendors, or are you getting the same thing that every other vendor have in port? You're not getting those authentic experiences. You're not getting those authentic items because you're stopping right there in that area, or you may have limited time and you can't go out to these real mom and pop shops that are out in this area. Yes, I see y'all talking about personal space. Give me mine. Yes, you got to have that personal space. It will be the same way for us when we go to Cabo in November. And that's the thing. Sometimes you have to expect it, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you got to get up and be ready to get off the ship as soon as they say that you can get off the ship. you got to be ready to go. Your hubby doesn't like Key West either. No, Brandon cannot stand Key West. So I'm fine with it, but I'm pretty easygoing. Brandon's like, listen, if it ain't really a purpose of being here, it's hot, it ain't nothing to do, ain't nothing open, ain't nothing here but bars. How many times you gonna go to like the southernmost point? I don't like Key West pie, key lime pie. And then he like, so what's the point? And I get it. It's not, every experience is not for everybody. All right, so what's the plot twist in all of this? All of it is not bad. You're paying for the convenience for your family. Everything is basically, for the most part, a one-stop shop. Your food, your entertainment, your sleeping arrangements, your transportation, which is a ship, is a one-stop shop. It's basically an all-inclusive option. We have been on a cruise where we may have spent like $100, and that's the random drink here and there, and we enjoyed the whole cruise without spending any additional money. Like, you can do it. You can go on a cruise ship and not spend any additional money. You don't have to have specialty dining. Some of these cruise lines have really good main dining rooms. Some of these cruise lines have, some of them already include soda or tea or juice, like Virgin, all of that stuff is included, even down to the Wi-Fi. So it depends on your cruising style of what you are required, because some of that stuff you pay up front and you don't have to worry about coming back in. Some of that stuff you get what you get. You just get what you get. You're gonna get nickel and dime throughout the whole cruise. So yeah, you just got to be careful about that. And then you get to meet diverse people. So if you're like me and you're a chatty Cathy and you don't ever meet a stranger, you're going to meet a diverse group of people. I always use Shay, for instance. We took her on her first cruise, and Shay still, as a young adult, had like a group chat with some of those kids she met in a kids club 3 and 4 years ago. You meet these people, and they all some of them still plan to meet up and cruise together. It's amazing to see like the type of friendships that a lot of people gain out of cruising. And then at the end of the day, if you just want to get on the ship and let somebody else plan the whole thing, the cruise line's already done it for you. They plan the entertainment, they plan the food, they plan the music. I mean, anything that you want to do is already planned out. You just follow the schedule. You just follow the schedule. That's it. Let's see. So we do that all the time. I mean, listen, I'm as you guys know, I love to talk. So, hey, Kevin, how are you? And thank you for being here. We appreciate it. I am doing well. Thank you so much. So, what's the full spectrum breakdown here? So, your high priority things, you need a budget at least 2 to 3 times your initial investment, not just because, hey, the cruise was $299, but incidentals, things can happen. Okay. You need to make sure that you're preparing yourself. Pack your hand sanitizer like your life depends on it. I have so many little bottles of hand sanitizer and wet wipes all over the place. It's crazy. Pack those things because you're definitely going to need them. I guarantee you're going to touch a surface that you don't want to touch on a cruise ship. Buy travel insurance. Buy travel insurance. Listen, buy travel insurance. That's it. That's it. Research your ports independently. You may not want to do what the cruise line offers. You may want to go off and do your own thing, and that is perfectly okay. Do the research beforehand. You know what ports you're going to. Do the research and know where you're going to go. Desiree said, I've only been on 3 cruises. Only went to the Utopia Railways. Oh, nice. Did you enjoy that? I know you had a great time. Let's see. Yep, cruising is great, but I am not a people person. I have never met anyone. I always say the next person I meet, I will ask, where are you from? I get asked that all the time. And I'm always asking people, like, I don't meet a stranger. Like, even in the grocery store, I have a conversation with somebody. I don't mind. And then, of course, you need to set your expectations to reality. Like at the end of the day, let's be realistic here. Everything is not going to be peaches and cream. Everything is not going to be just absolutely amazing and knocked out of the box here. So just make sure that you are planning, setting your expectations low and for reality, because if you set them low, you ain't got nowhere to go but up. Book your short excursions independently. A lot of the times, and I mean a lot of the times, if you are not scared to explore, if you are more afraid of, if you this is your first time, or I always say, if this is your first time, definitely book with a cruise line so you can feel a little more comfortable. But if you're not scared to explore, if you want to get out there and just really have the same experiences, if not better, than what the cruise lines offer you, book them independent. Some of the best excursions that we have had has literally been the same ones that the cruise line offered for $80 and $90 a person, and we have gone out in the port and got that same exact experience for like $25 to $30 a person. And then you get a little bit more because you get that personal experience from the port guides. They can actually sit down and show you local things that is not on the map. Like, it's always something, or they'll tell you like their favorite restaurant. We have a friend that I can call him a friend now. Like every time we go to Honduras, he'll take us exactly where we want to go. And he told us about this local restaurant, and we went with him. We vlogged it a couple of times, and now he knows when we come, we got to go there. He knows we got to go there. So you can find your own experience and save some money. Bring seasickness medication, because sometimes just because you're fine with boats don't mean you're gonna be fine with ships. Sometimes it's different. The motion of the ocean can be different. So bring that medication, but make sure you know what medication you're getting. Brandon and I have always told the story about us taking our first cruise. He went to the doctor and he got one of the patches. It was a prescription strength. And by the third day of the cruise, he couldn't see anything because it was too strong. So be careful about that. Let's see here. Yes, loved it. I'm glad because we want to experience the railroad too. So thank you for that. We hand sanitizer and wipes. My immune system is already compromised. Same. Yes. My mom used to tell me I was bored. I was boring because I was bored because I was boring. The cruise does not make you fun, make your fun. You should. They can help facilitate it. Yes. Andre Nicole said the cold pack's the pharmacy. And sometimes you have to. I do. And it's been amazing the things that you just don't think you're going to use that you might actually need. It's been times Brandon's like, never, ever in the longest times, I always pack like Tums or heartburn medicine. All of a sudden now we use it. Always got it. Now we need it. I like packing airborne. Yes. And then honestly, another thing that we try to do is we try to like stock up on like vitamin C, like either like the melts or the tabs. Like I know we probably should be doing it anyway all the time, but especially go heavy on it a few days or up to a week before the cruise, because I will get sick at the drop of a hat. So I have to make sure I prepare myself, and airborne, yes, is definitely on our list. And let's see, pack for all weather scenarios. So go to Dollar Tree, get a dollar poncho, get a travel umbrella, pack a jacket, because it's not even just about out in the port. Sometimes it's on the ship. It's cold at night. I always got a sweater. I always pack a sweater. It's cold at night on those ships. So I always make sure I got that. Some of your low priority things, but are good to know. Have formal nights. If you like dressing up, ships have formal nights. Depending on how long you're on the ship, you get two. So pack for formal night, dress up, get those fancy pictures, and then you got them. Room service. Sometimes, depending on the cruise line, room service is free. Disney, you can get room service for free. Not so much for other cruise lines. So, but you can get it for free, but it may be a service charge. So just make sure, take advantage of it. It's there, right? Wi-Fi sometimes can be terrible everywhere. I don't care what ship it is. I don't care if they got the newest, hottest in the street Wi-Fi or not. Sometimes Wi-Fi is just bad, and nothing you can do about it. All right, so what's your action plan? C says, I see that you're 10 subscribers away from hitting 709 on your new channel. I haven't even looked at it. Are you serious? I haven't even looked at it, sis. First of all, thank you for letting me know that, because I have last time I looked at it, we were at like 640. Well, you know what? That's Kevin. That's Kevin. Sorry, I thought it said C. Sorry. Thank you, Kevin. We appreciate it. Share us out, fam. Share us out. We appreciate it. So if you guys are not familiar with what he's talking about our new channel, Two Parkers, One World, where we do things outside of cruises, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. So set your action plan step by step. Calculate your true costs. Research ship reviews, because ship reviews are important. Our friend Kiki from Continuous Travel always talks about, she just booked a cruise one time, and she just thought it, because the things were on one ship that she booked with that cruise line were going to be on another ship, and then she got on a ship. Thank you for being here. Oh, yay. Thank you so much. Y'all, we're almost monetized on that channel, but we'll talk about it. Y'all getting me excited. Y'all getting me off track. Y'all know I can't. I got ADHD. Y'all got to keep me on track. Check the health and safety records. Y'all know they give these cruise ship grades just like you get food grades at these restaurants. These cruise ship get grades and surprise inspections. Look them up before you get on these ships. Consider your travel insurance and look up ports and plan independent exploration. So this is what I want to show you guys. And it is something that I have been working on. I can, once I get 100% complete, if you guys are interested in it, let me know. I will post a link to it, but hopefully you guys will enjoy it. So this is what I've been working on. So it is a travel budget worksheet. And as you guys can see, it has different tabs. So it has your cruise budget, your vacation budget, your solo travel, your group travel, and your master checklist. I have not shown anybody this. So y'all, I'm real nervous about stuff. So, you know, give me some patience. So it'll tell you, so your reality check, most people underestimate their cruises by 200 to 400%. You use this worksheet, okay? So as you can see, it has the budget of the advertised price for a cruise per person. Let's say it was $299 and then you got to budget that for two people for a, we're not going to say a 7-day cruise, because it's not going to be a 7-day cruise, right? It's probably going to be like a 3-day cruise. Well, we'll leave that as it. Okay. So it'll add your mandatory fees. It'll add stuff that you already, so let's leave everything blank except for what it is. Okay, so the real cost of the cruise is going to be $879, right? That's more than the $299 advertised price, okay? But let's say you decide you want a drink package. You get a drink package for 2 people, because they're not going to just do it for one. Let's add in that drink package. Oh, wait. We didn't even think about that. Let's add in the Wi-Fi. Oh, wait. We didn't even think about that. Maybe you want a specialty dining. Oh, wait. We didn't even think about that. Then let's talk about the tip. So this, like, dude, this is so, like, for me, and I'm nervous about, because I have another one, and I think y'all really gonna like that one, but this is, I gotta show y'all the baby first, okay? So this one definitely changes. So let's say your cruise is listed at $599. $599 per person. All right. And then your price is going to change just depending on the services that you add in. So $599 a person. And this is going to count your gratuities at $15 a day. And then your port fees. That's all added in there too. You can't avoid those. So this is going to help you budget. Then even you can plan for the casino. Maybe I'm only going to spend $50. I know that ain't happening, but maybe I'm only going to spend $50 in the casino. Maybe I'm going to spend $500 shopping. Maybe I want a photo package. Yep, I want a photo package. My price is going to change. So I'm still working on it, but anyway, I hope you guys are excited. Your regular vacation, same thing. Your rate is $150 a night for 7 nights. And your resort fees in Texas is $25 a night. You have your flights, all this stuff. You can plug in these numbers, and all of this stuff will give you your total for your vacation. per person for 7 nights. Okay. Y'all, I would be so nervous to show y'all stuff because my brain is always working on stuff to make things easier for people. But a lot of times I don't ever even show people because I don't think people will find it useful. So y'all have so many tools that you guys could use. I just never show you. So even for the solo traveler, let's say it's like per night, it's $120 a night, but there's always that solo supplement. Okay. Then your actual nightly costs. And then how many nights? Same thing. It'll give you the same thing. And then we have for group travel, same thing. How many people? We got 6 people going on a 5-day trip. So I don't know. I hope you guys will find it useful. As soon as I finish with it, I'm going to put it out. And then we have your travel planning checklist. So these are all the things that you need to do before your travel. So 3 months before, make sure your passport is good. You probably should do that anyway, even up to 6 months before. Start saving money for your trip, book your flights, purchase travel insurance a month before, and confirm all your bookings. You should purchase your travel insurance anyway. Make sure you have everything when you're packing. So this is everything when you're packing. Then you can download it all, and it'll say, okay, so it's letting you know, you guys don't see that, but you can share it. So you can actually share it with people. I don't think any of this stuff is coming up, but it'll give you the link where you can share it with your friends, and then you can actually save your progress. So I don't know. I thought I would share that with you guys. Once I'm finished with it, then I will put it out so you guys can have it. So thank you, Desiree. Thank you, Andre, Nicole. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay, so let's go back to this tab. I'm gonna stop sharing this because I get super nervous. Okay. And let's put your action plan into place. So we talked about the action plan, calculating your costs, researching the ship, and all that stuff. All right. So after this reality check, so we've all had this major reality check, right? We talked about the good, bad, and the ugly. Do you still want to book a cruise? What is your stance on booking cruises? Maybe, but you need to do more research. You still gonna book a cruise anyway. It don't make no difference to you one way or another. If I'm a cruise girly, I'm a cruise girly. Like, what is your stance on booking cruising after we have this conversation? Let's see here, and I'll give you guys just a second, because for me, I'm just gonna keep booking cruises. I'm just gonna keep booking cruises. And then the next one is if cruises aren't your vibe, let's talk about what is your vibe. Do you like to island hop and stay with locals, or stay locally? Do you like the river cruise? Maybe ocean cruises ain't what you like to do. Do you like all-inclusive resorts? Or do you just like adventure travel? Because a lot of people like adventure travel, like to go on group trips and like hike and mountain climb and all that good stuff. Are you an adventure traveler? And just so you guys know, if you ever look at these polls and you want to continue to answer, because I do go back and look at them, please make sure that you can still access it for 2 days. So if you missed the polls during the live, just go back and answer it, because I look at those to gauge like what we're going to talk about next. What time does the ship leave? That's a good question. Thank you. You got to consider it. Thank you so much for that. Let's see here. And so y'all can keep answering the polls. I'll go back through them. So the bottom line is, make sure you set your budget realistically. Adjust your expectations. You can prioritize your convenience over authenticity. I know some words I can't say, but like, let's think about it. If you want it to be more authentic, it may not be a matter of just like getting off the ship and going to the port and staying in the port. If you want more of an authentic experience, you're going to have to leave that port area. And just if you're cool with being in a control experience, like cruising may be for you, but what if it's not for you? it may not be for you if you want a deeper cultural experience. You want to spend more time in a port. Cruising may not be for you. You might be a land-based traveler. You hate crowds and controlled schedules. If you like to do your own thing when you want to do it, cruising may not be for you. If you're on a tight budget, cruising may not be for you. Or if you get sick easily, you probably got to consider not cruising or take the proper preparations to cruise. All right, so we always going to say, let's keep the conversation going. We always want you guys to make sure you follow us on the socials. We are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We do have a Pinterest even. So make sure you guys follow us along. Share with your friends. Share this stream with your friends. If you think you have somebody that you're trying to convince to cruise, and maybe this will actually help them convince them to cruise, share the stream with your friends and let them know we're here every Monday and we're talking about cruising. If they have a specific question, we'll answer the question for you. And then also share your stories with us. We love to hear your stories. If you have even horror stories and you think it's going to be something that can help somebody else, or we have guests on. If you want to be a guest and talk about your experience, make sure you share your experience. And if you want to come on and just talk to us about what you have going on, we'll even have a stream where maybe we'll do like a guest appearance on a Monday. If you have time to pop in for a quick lunch chat, we can do that too. I'm just starting, so yes, I will continue cruising. That's right, fam. Keep cruising. So what travel topics do you guys think we should talk about next? I always try to ask this and just kind of pinpoint where you guys are, where your head is at. Do you want to talk about an all-inclusive reality check? Do you want to talk about budget travel, international travel mistakes, or do you want to talk about solo travel truths? And maybe I can get one of my solo friends to pop in and we can have a quick little break and talk about some solo travel. International travel mistakes. Nice. So yeah, we definitely want to make sure that we answer whatever questions you guys want and have these topics ready to go. I have a list of topics that you guys have suggested, so I definitely want to make sure I answer whatever questions because we want to keep these informative to what you want to hear. Hey, Together We Travel, how are you? Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So let's talk about, so this is where you can connect with us. So we are on Parkers on the Go, as you guys know. Parkers on the Go, we are on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We are on X. we do have a Pinterest page. We do have an Amazon affiliate store. Some of you guys, if you don't know, if you look in our description, we do have a Amazon affiliate store. Two Parkers, One World is our new channel, and we do things outside of cruising. And thank you guys for letting me know that we are over 700 subscribers. So yay for that. I've been watching that like a hawk, and you guys have been amazing with that if you are following us there, because this channel's only been live for like 2 weeks. So thank you. And then any social posts for that will also be on Parkers on the Go, because I can't handle multiple social media posts. I'm barely getting the ones done as it is. On the Go Travel is our travel agency, and if you need help booking travel, you can book with us on the Go Travel. You can reach out to us through our website, travelwiththeparkers.com/book, or you can click the link that is in the description. It says Cruise on the Go, and that way it'll take you to our inquiry tab, and you guys can send in a request for a quote. I have a quick question. Do you think I should? Oh, wait. I don't know. What's your question? I think it cut off a little bit. And I can't decipher code, so you have to tell me. Okay, so budget travel myths and then international mistakes. I'm going back through the polls here just in case. And then island hopping, staying with locals, river cruising. Oh, nice. All-inclusive resorts and adventure travel. Okay. And then still booking that cruise. That's what I like to hear. Let's see here. Oh, I missed one. So in first place, expect it and plan a backup. That's right. So you got to plan for a backup. Second place is roll with it, and that's how do you handle the itinerary changes. 3 is demand compensation, and 4 is never cruise again. Let's see here. And then what's your cruise budget reality check? So 80% of you guys said 1,000 to 2,000, which is probably more in that range. 10% said under 500. If you can find it, you can get it. And 500 to 1,000 is 10% as well. And then let's see here. First place is okay. So first place is I loved it, and second place is no, but budgeting one. But I think that was supposed to be first place as well. And then your word, I love the word clouds. I love the word clouds. So ocean, food, cruising, relaxing, and vacay. Those are the words that comes to mind when you guys think of cruising. Should I charge an admin fee when looking for travel for my clients? That is definitely a personal decision. And I will say this. The way I kind of handle it is if it's a simple, if you know it's going to be simple, cut and dry, and I do put it up front. I put it up front that if it's something simple, when we're going through the quote in progress process or on the travel request form, it is something simple, then there is no fee. If you are planning something huge, or you feel like you're going to be need multiple changes, or you're going to need your handheld through every portion of it, I may have a planning fee. But if you go along with that booking and it is 100%, that fee will go towards your cruise. It will go towards your vacation. I will not keep it. But if you end up canceling and I've done all the work, I won't get my fee paid through the cruise line or whichever form of travel you book. So I have to retain that. So I try to explain that to them. That's the only way I know how to handle that. And we've also been talking about a lot. I've been talking about with Brandon a lot that yes, a lot of the times people will call different travel agents and compare, and you've done the work. And a lot of times what they're asking for is no small fee. So you've done the work and then you never hear from them again, but you look on social media and they're on vacation. So you have to kind of be mindful of what you're doing and who, if you know the person and you just feel comfortable not planning a fee, charging a fee for them, absolutely. I do not initially charge a fee, but I do let them know that I hold the option. And if it gets to the point where I feel like a fee needs to be charged, I will let them know, we're not going to move any further into the planning process until the fee is paid. So that's just how I move. And it's not been a lot of times where it's probably only been a couple of times where I've had to charge somebody a planning fee. It's not been a lot. So usually people, they know what they want. So it's not that detailed. I love somebody added C to that. Absolutely. I love that you guys added C to that. So I hope you guys found that helpful. I hope this was, if you have a client or someone that wants to try cruising or is just a little bit on the fence, and hey, you don't want to just give them the good, you want to give them the reality check too, please share this stream with them. And also you still have access to the poll for 2 days. And if you are interested in the planning guide, let me know as soon as I get it 100% complete to where I want it to be, which it should not be that much further. Then I will send you guys a copy of it, and you can it's a link and you can download and save whatever you have in a PDF form. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. That's what I do. Yeah, that's what you have to do. You got to be careful. You just have to be careful, because a lot of times people are honestly, let's be real, they're cross-checking you with some of the third-party websites, or they have a friend, but they want to just go ahead and be able to tell them. A lot of times they're doing that, so you just got to be careful. So, but anyway, thank you guys so much for joining. I appreciate you guys. This was a great live, and I will see you guys next Monday for another Ship to Shore. If you have any questions, make sure to email me. If you have any topics you guys want to talk about, send them my way, and I'll go ahead and get it done for you. But until next time, Parkers out.